Hey guys, me Steve, Cliff and Chevrolet. Another vlog episode today, building upon the series that Dave B and I have been kind of working on life at the dealership. Those of you who have been watching, he's been going around to other dealerships, checking out the inventory on the lots. I here live in a very small community in Alpena, Michigan. We live right on the coast of Lake Huron with a population in our city of only 10,000 people. We're a very small, close community, so obviously at the other dealerships, I know guys there. So I reached out to him, like I said, my buddy at Travis down the road here. He's gonna meet up with me. We're gonna go walk around a couple of vehicles. Me, Steve, is going to go visit a Ford dealership. We're gonna go check it out, see how everything measures up to our current Chevrolet lineup. And as part of the deal with Travis, I told him that I would take one of our latest and greatest vehicles and let him see the inside of it as well. So we just got in a 2023 Chevy Colorado Z71. We're super cool truck, and he wanted to check it out as well and see how that competes against the Ford Ranger. So let's hop in the Colorado, head on down the road and see what they have going on down at Dean Arbor. Oh no, it's starting to rain. Earlier when I talked to Travis, I was worried that it might rain and we might have to cancel. We're going to see how this all works out. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, because we're not going to do it in the wet. I want it to be what it needs to be. So, oh, this already has a plate on it from when I showed earlier. All right, so here's the Colorado. See you guys when I get there.
You got a problem with the weather?
Here at Dean Arbor. Feels really weird, kind of awkward, won't lie, but I think it's going to be fun, a good time. We're going to go inside, meet Travis, check out what he's got for us. I got the Chevy Colorado here. He can check out the inside of that, maybe compare some notes, see what's going on, and then I'll kind of also explain why I get along so well, especially with the Dean Arbor guys, at least in my head. Maybe they don't feel that way about me, but at least how I feel about them. So let's hop in here. Travis.
Hi.
What's up, buddy?
Nice to see you.
Nice seeing you. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for doing this with me. We've talked before. We live in a very much a retirement community.
Oh, yeah.
And the people in our area, I have friends that sell cars in other states, and they don't even have like an employee discount.
Right.
They just work from an invoice. And the main thing for you and me is most people in our state, and especially in our community, are retirees of a Ford factory or a GM factory. So it's not very often that a guy walks into my dealership. His grandpa worked at Chevrolet or the Buick factory. He doesn't very often. So since he does that, he's a General Motors guy. And then the guy whose grandpa worked with Ford is a Ford Motor guy. So it's not very often that you and I go head to head on the deal, because family ties are strong. And the guy that does own a Ford and his grandpa, he's getting yelled at every family reunion, at Christmas at every time. So, and that does happen occasionally, but like I said, it's not very often we go against each other. So I brought the Chevy Colorado for you today to check out. It's a Z71. We're super proud of it because it's new. And you know how the manufacturers, when they make something new, they make it expensive and everything that goes along with that. So I didn't know what you have for me today. I know inventory is tight, so I appreciate anything you got for me to check out today.
Yeah, so one of the things I want to go ahead and have you check out is a 2023 Ford Raptor.
Nice. So when do you guys have the new F-150 coming out?
The 2024 hasn't been announced yet.
Okay.
It should be soon. We're thinking around November or so they'll place our order guides out so we can kind of look at them and see what we have.
But you guys are getting a refresh on your F-150 then, correct?
So the 2024, I don't believe they're going to refresh much on it compared to what the 2023 is. I think they're saving that for 25, but they've shown us a couple of things.
Okay.
And they look pretty cool.
So this has been the same body style for you guys for a while then?
So since 2021.
Okay.
So I've actually got a little bit of a jump. This is a 2020 over here.
Okay.
So they did change a few different things interior-wise and body style, but obviously your F-150 compared to your Raptor is going to be a little bit different.
Awesome. So what's your powertrain in this bad boy?
So this is going to be a 3.5 liter V6 high output, producing about 450 horsepower.
Okay.
And 510 foot-pound of torque.
Nice. Our Bison is a 6.2 liter. Yours is turbocharged, correct?
It is. Yep.
So, and the difference with mine is mine's naturally aspirated, and I guess people can argue about that all they want, which one's better. Is that looks like probably about a 17-inch wheel?
Yes.
It must be like a 34-inch tire on it then?
35.
35.
Yep.
Okay, well, that kind of makes sense. So on the one I have over there, it's a 18-inch wheel with a 33-inch tire.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's interesting. Awesome. Okay, all right. The Raptor has been its own little animal, right? You know, it's like the super charged up truck that, you know, and I mean, I love our 6.2, but I've heard so many cool things about the Raptor and everything. Do they do any different suspension in the Raptor?
So this one does have the Fox suspension through Ford. It's
okay.
It's a Raptor specific suspension that they come out with. If you want to move into the interior of the vehicle, I can actually show you a few things here. They have the memory seating. That's obviously a big one. A lot of people like that. When you start it up, obviously it has a little bit of a roar to it.
Okay.
It actually has quite a bit of different modes. We can change our steering on it from normal, comfort, and sport, and then obviously Baja mode. We can also change the way that the suspension feels, so we can go with a sportier suspension or an off-road suspension. And my favorite part is we can obviously change the exhaust. It has a normal, a sport mode, as well as a Baja mode.
Okay.
And then they also have the quiet mode too, if you don't.
That screen's pretty righteous.
Yes.
So what's the measurement on that bad boy?
12.2.
12.2. Interesting. We're 13.1 on the Silverado, but it's not shaped the same. It's more horizontal.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So, and then what is your driver information center? That looks pretty decent size over there.
Yes, so they went all with an all-digital display.
Yeah.
They recently just brought this out on the 2023s.
Okay.
The 2022s had the regular instrument cluster. They changed that over to the digital display, and a lot of people actually really like it too.
Ours, where we're there, we're at 12.2. I mean, it's about the same.
I think we're relatively the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't think one's better than the other.
No.
So it's pretty sweet. It looks very similar, but different. You know what I mean? I didn't know you guys have had the shifter thing does something, right?
Right. So the shifter, if you go ahead and I push this button, it'll actually fold this down.
That's pretty cool.
And then they also come with what Ford calls the interior work surface. So if we pop this open, we actually have a little area where you can do some work if you're traveling or what have you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know if you watch Riley's rides, but he would tell you that it could fit like two pastrami foot-long subs on there. So.
No, I haven't. He's probably not.
Awesome. So what else you got?
For vehicle-wise, new Bronco that just came off the truck. Yep, it's unlocked.
Okay.
So this is a Big Ben Sasquatch.
Big Ben Sasquatch.
Yep. Big Ben Sasquatch series. So it's going to come with a little bit better suspension. It's going to come with a lift on it, and it's also going to come with 30-inch.
So outside of the Raptor,
yeah,
the one thing I think that we severely lack in the Chevrolet lineup is something fun like this. We don't have anything at all like this. We do a lot of things really well that I think Ford doesn't do, but we don't have anything fun where you can take the top off.
Yeah.
Let the wind blow through your hair. Everything we have is like moonroof related. So let's go check out the inside of this.
Yeah. So there it is, the inside of it. So it's got a couple of cool features on it too. A couple of the things that I'd like to point out to you is it actually has these little switches right here which allow you to drain water.
Okay.
From what I understand, we don't see a whole lot of these vehicles, so knowledge on
that's what I was going to ask you. How many 2-wheelers do you get in? I can't imagine that's a lot.
This is the second one I've seen.
Okay, awesome.
In my 10 months here, about 2.
And is this in order?
So this one is an ordered unit, yes.
Okay.
Yep, this one is. The gentleman actually might pass on it. I'm not entirely sure yet, so we're going to find out.
So it might be available.
Yeah.
All right. So Travis, you got Instagram?
I do.
Okay, I'll put Travis's handle right down here when we introduce him. If he does it, so reach out to him and then you guys hit him up if you're looking for it. Because I'm sure something like this is rare. I don't know whether you know this or not because I'm obviously I'm a camera nerd, but my favorite YouTube man crush or whatever you want, it's Peter McKinnon.
Okay.
And he's a big Ford guy.
Yeah.
And what he'll do is when Ford Bronco came out, he redid the commercial. He took the existing commercial and made it his own. And he's a big Ford guy. He has a Raptor. And when the Ford Bronco came out, I was like amazed. And I love the way they marketed the Bronco. I thought it was really smart and ingenious of them. Because again, I mean, obviously this is made to go against the Jeep Wrangler. Right. That's what they're doing. And of course, like I said, we don't have anything like that really in the Chevrolet lineup. So again, it's always like, well, if somebody wants a Bronco, I mean, there's nothing I can do. You know what I mean? They're so like awesome. Anything else?
So I could actually go inside really quick and grab the key for the Mach-E.
So is this fully electric?
So yes, this is 100% electric.
Oh, nice. When did you guys get this in?
So we got this about a week and a half ago. It's actually a part of a program that we have at Ford where we keep it in a certain program for X amount of time and X amount of miles, and customers would get a rebate.
Okay. We have something similar to that, and we have some EV Blazers due in.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know when that's going to happen. It's sometime within the next year. Chevrolet will send us a couple Blazers that our customers could try out.
Yeah.
Wow, I love the color. What is this color called?
So this is space white metallic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see the inside of this bad lad.
Button over here opens her up.
Wow. So it's very Tesla-esque with that screen.
Is, yes.
Yeah.
So
what's the 0 to 60 time?
It's about 3 seconds.
3 seconds? Nice. Yeah, instant torque in these EVs.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. Even in the Bolt we had, it was amazing to sit in and step on it.
Yeah.
We did a video with my wife where I let her drive a Bolt, and I was like, just step on it. And she was like, oh my gosh. So, all right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, fudgies. That took off like a... Wow.
You gotta take it for a ride?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Let me go grab the plate really quick and we'll take it for a ride.
All right, let's go.
Go ahead. Get going, and you let me know when you're ready, and I can show you the power on it.
Yeah, you want to go past the light, or whenever you're ready, I'm fine.
Okay.
So you
We'll
just
get up to the light.
Yeah.
Chevrolet has the what we call adaptive cruise, correct?
Yep.
Where that helps with the lane centering and whatnot. So Ford also has that as well. We have the adaptive cruise control, which is one of the nice features that a lot of the vehicles are coming out with nowadays. Was that the Bison back there?
Yeah.
I saw pictures of it. That thing looks awesome.
Yeah. And what's really crazy about that truck, which I'm sure you can relate to this, is that I think there was only like 100 of them, or a couple hundred. There's only a couple hundred of them in North America, so we might not sell that here.
Right.
But somebody would fly in.
Oh yeah, and that's the great thing about it is, being a dealership that promotes itself. Like you guys, I see you all over the place.
Yeah.
So you guys do an excellent job of marketing. You get all those people from out of town and out of state that are actually able to find you, and then they make those special trips up to buy those specialty vehicles.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Nice. It's definitely got some get up and go to it.
It does. It's a lot of fun.
It is a pretty cool. And it's the torque so instantaneous with EV vehicles. It's just wild. What is the range of this car? How far does it go on a charge?
So this one right here goes 258 miles.
Okay.
You can get the one with the extended battery, which goes closer to the 300 mark.
Okay. I think 500 is going to be the magic mark.
I think so.
I think when they can start getting vehicles to 500 miles, I think people will start thinking a little bit differently about them. Our problem is that Travis and I live in a community that's really like almost 150 miles away from a metropolitan area. So when you're trying to upsell somebody on the idea of an EV car that only goes 200 miles, while that's true, they could charge once they get it there. It is intimidating to have such limited amounts of range. So you want to go check out the Colorado?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's go do it. So yeah, this year just came out new. It was a much needed upgrade. I don't know how the Ranger or the Maverick sit, but we used to have a V6 and we've gotten rid of the V6.
So you'll actually right here, that's an Maverick.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit smaller. This is the Ranger equivalent.
Yes.
So Ford's Ranger.
Right, correct. We would be equivalent. We don't have anything like the Maverick. Okay. Chevrolet doesn't. Not like a smaller truck that's, because this is ideally when this came out, it was kind of supposed to be like a value-based truck, right? Yeah. And not that anything's value-based anymore, but the Colorado, and the Ranger, I know we're meant to compete each other. So now we have a 2.7 turbocharged 4-cylinder in it.
Oh, I like the feeling of the seat. I like that. It's like a digital camouflage.
Yes. It's sharp. It's kind of cool to be able to get into a car, right?
Yeah.
I know that's kind of what I was always like, I never get to see inside Ford vehicles. I mean, we do when we trade them in, but a lot of times when we see them, it's like 4 or 5 years down the road. Right. You never get to see what's actually the latest and greatest. So we used to go to Chevy training all the time, and when they would have the new Silverado, they would have the Dodge and the F-150 there, so we could compare it. Yeah, and you know, I tell people all the time, I mean, of course, not everyone has the same belief, so I know that, but especially if you're leasing, a new truck is a new truck. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think it really becomes different if you have family history and brand. Yeah. Obviously, if you're price sensitive, that matters too. But you know, if you're looking just to lease a truck, whether it's a Dodge, Ford, or Chevy, I mean, we all have our own bias, obviously, because we sell them. But you know, if you're leasing it for 3 years, it's a brand new vehicle. Yeah. It should be good for 3 years.
It's gonna be good for 3 years.
Yeah. So, and sometimes it's price, and sometimes there's different reasons. And I love how much Dean Arbor has done in our schools. Yeah. I know you guys do a lot with the athletic program, and I see you guys for that, and I appreciate that. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Well, I told you I'd only keep you a half hour. It's 6:35.
That's fine.
So no problem.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Maybe down the road we could do this again. Yeah. When you get something to go, or maybe you can come see me.
Yeah, I'd love to actually see some of your vehicle lineups. I know that Chevrolet's coming out with a lot of new different things.
Yeah, and I know like we have a Traverse coming in, and then I'm headed to the auto show next month. Okay. So, and
are you guys getting those Traverses, the new 24s?
We will.
I've seen those online. Those look sweet.
Yeah. Well, those sweet. GMC has the HT4 Acadias, so I think it's been needed for a while. And then the Z71 Suburban and Tahoe has done really well for us. And I know you guys have, I don't know, what is it, ST package for the?
So we have the STs. Yep, yeah. The STs are going to be more your sport packages.
Yeah, so you guys have that, and it's something that's been needed for our SUV for a while now. So I'm glad they're figuring it out. Yeah. So, hey, well, I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for coming, Steve.
Let me know, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bud. So I'd like to thank Travis and his team over at Dean Arbor for letting me come check the place out, see some cool vehicles, the Raptor, the Mach-E, and then, of course, that Bronco is pretty sweet. I mean, I'm biased. A lot of the things that he talked about, I mean, I don't know if automobile technology is really ground shaking. I think a lot of the things he said or we talked about are really the same across the board. One of the things I realized hanging out with Travis is we have a lot of the same features, a lot of the same things, even the same engines and powertrains, but some of the things that I think is really different is really whether your family history with the vehicle, with a company, with a dealership, all really does matter. And, I can't help but tell you how lucky I am to work at a place like Cliff Anshew Chevrolet that values all of that. I'm really super proud. I'm more proud than ever to be part of Sell Chevrolets and offer the Chevrolet lineup. We have a lot of exciting, amazing things coming down the pipe. New Traverse. We have the EV Blazer, the EV Equinox that we've talked about. Silverado's coming, on top of which, the Colorado. We continually like to aggressively pursue technology while still offering value for the customer's dollar. So I'm really just proud to be part of the Cliff Anshew team and Sell Chevrolets. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. This will be the only dealership I do with this locally. I don't really have a relationship like that with the other dealerships in town. But I do have a decent relationship with a couple other dealerships around the nation. So who knows, maybe if I go visit my friends over at, if I go visit Taylor or Ryan or wherever, I have a couple other friends Ryan at Cole Chevrolet, Taylor at Bentley Buick GMC, Liz over at Brooklyn Buick GMC. So all these different dealerships, and of course locally, a couple hours away, my boy Seth down there, well, in Mount Pleasant. So maybe this will be a thing that I do with other dealerships, but for now, it was just a fun little experiment, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you tuning in. Catch you in the next one.